Hey everybody, welcome back to the New Business Bootcamp, day 4 here. Thanks for tuning in. iPads, iPhones, iPods, the Android devices are bloody everywhere, let's face it. And today we're going to be talking about utilizing the power of podcasting and what that can mean for your business growth in today's new economy as well. We're going to be talking about how you can take on the big boys on iTunes. I did, and got onto the front page of the business section for my podcast, Virtual Business Lifestyle. And I still, even though that podcast has not been updated for several months, I'm still getting 5, 6, 8, 10,000 downloads a month across the 50 episodes that are up there. So podcasting is huge. We're going to be going through our equipment. It's very easy to get going. You don't have to be too sexy with all this sort of swing arm stuff, although you'll probably find as you get sort of further down the journey of podcasting, you want to update with that stuff. It's a lot easier to get going. We'll be going through editing software. Everything you need to get your podcast up and running is coming up. Take good care. All right, here we go. Day 4, everybody. Utilizing the power of podcasting. I've had some great success in my businesses with podcasting. I'm going to tell you all about that today. As always, here's the legacy mention of the New Business Bootcamp hashtag. If you're talking about us and what we're all about, please go ahead and do so using that hashtag online. That'd be great. So, we're business owners. Why the hell should we start podcasting? Great question. Here's a couple of really big reasons why. There's over 230 million accounts on iTunes, and something insane like 80% of them have got an active credit card attached to them. And that is a number actually that by the time you're watching this, regardless of when you are watching it in the future, is probably going to be grossly outdated. It's growing at an alarming rate. So that alone right there is huge. The fact of the matter is that people just continue to love audio. There's something about being able to have your subscribers, your listeners, take you anywhere they want with their iPod, their iPhone, their iPad, whatever the case may be. And that's just something for me as a content producer that I just can't let go of. I just love the fact that I can be in someone's earbuds no matter where they are, no matter what they're doing. And I've had emails from people from all around the world telling me that they listen to my podcasts when I'm in the gym, when I'm walking down the street, when I'm driving, when I'm sitting at home, when I'm enjoying my morning coffee, when I'm in the office working. It's awesome. There's just something about audio that makes it super easy to digest. The other thing is this, and this is a big one. You can battle with the big boys. And when I say that, let me show you what I mean. Here's a quick screenshot from iTunes where you can see the podcasts that are listed under the main category business. Simple as that. Very broad term in terms of search nowadays. Just business. And there I am with Virtual Business Lifestyle, which was my first podcast, right there along with TED Talks, along with the BBC World Business Report, and some very other big podcasts such as Smart Passive Income with my buddy Pat Flynn as well. So, you can see right there, even Apple have got an iPod and a podcast in there right above me that, you can really get listed. And that brand recognition is unbelievably huge when we start talking about, how we can align ourselves with the bigger brands and things like that. I also see the Harvard Business Review all the way to the left as well. So big names. So what do you record? Great question. Interviews, reviews, stories are really good to tell. How-to information. I've had some of the best results with my podcasting through interviewing other entrepreneurs and successful people, both on and offline as well. And really you want to talk about stuff that, is content that lends itself perfectly to the audio format. So just like when we were chatting yesterday about video, stuff where you can physically see a demonstration or an unboxing or something like that. This is just the same with something like audio format. So if you've got any kind of musical elements to anything that you do as a business, that's perfect. But general kind of storytelling and chit chat is also really useful stuff to record when you're talking about putting together a podcast for people to be able to download and consume as well. So just like with yesterday, we'll go over some of the equipment needed to be able to get going with your podcasting. You can start off real simple with a simple headset, and I know most of you have probably got one of these already. You can buy a separate one. You can use the one that came with your iPhone or your iPod or whatever. Fact of the matter is you can get going real easy as long as that headset's got a built-in mic.
That's all you really need to be able to record a podcast, quite frankly. Or if you want, you can step it up with something like the the Blue Yeti microphones, which I know are very popular with podcasters. This is $100, this one here you see on the screen, or you can go right up with the slightly more pro version, which is a couple of $100. Either way, it doesn't really matter. You can just record whatever you want to record and get it out there. This is a quick snapshot of my podcast setup. I'm talking into this mic right now with that pop filter to keep my sort of B's and P's and S's down to a minimum. That is an Audio-Technica USB AT 2020 microphone. It's about $150. One of the best investments I've ever made. Then, way after a year and a half or so after getting just the mic itself, I went ahead and got the shock absorber kind of cage that you see around the mic itself there, along with the pop filter, which is in front, and the swing arm and things like that. Did I need it? No. Does it look sexy? Oh, yes. So I got it anyway. It was a little Christmas present I gave myself last year. So we've handled our microphone. Next up is our recording software. If you're on the Mac like myself, GarageBand or GarageBand, whatever you want to pronounce it, is really the way to go. Super easy drag and drop editing as well. Lots of effects to be able to clean up your audio and stuff too, which is really, really good. And if you're on PC, Audacity, very simple to use as well. I haven't played around with it anywhere near as much as GarageBand or GarageBand, so I can't give you too much more info on that, but I know that there's a lot of different tutorials that you can download on YouTube for both of these as well. So when you're looking at podcasting, let's look at just a few tips that I would like to be able to give you based on my experience. And I've recorded probably 70 or 80 different episodes by now over a plethora of different podcasts that I've either created myself or have been the subject of in regards to interviews and things like that. You want to try and keep your average length of your podcast session at around about the 20-minute mark. Every now and then I have gone over, but it's usually been with like a best-selling, New York Times best-selling author or something like that when I'm interviewing them, where I can just get that little bit more information out of them just to add that little bit more value to the show in general. But an average length of 20 to 30 minutes is really, really spot on. Use a professional intro and outro if you can. So we're talking about a little bit of a voiceover and some music, something along the lines of, hey there, this is the Chris Ducker podcast, that sort of type of thing, that movie man voice that we all know and love. You can get them done for like $5 on Fiverr.com. I'll put a link below the video so you can check it out. But Fiverr.com, $5. You get a little bit of music, a little bit of voiceover involved. Sounds really professional and very, very economically done nowadays. So it's kind of pointless to start one off without it. And make sure you get yourself listed on iTunes so that you can be found by all these people. iTunes is a huge search engine in itself as well. We talked about YouTube being, like the second largest, search engine on the planet. I don't think iTunes is quite right there yet, but it is very much, up there, that's for sure. And it's a great way to be found. There's other directories and things like that as well, but really you want an iTunes podcast. You need to be listed on iTunes. And if you need some help on that, let me know. I can point you into the direction of a few people that will be able to help you out with that stuff as well. So today's action step, very, very simple one. Start making some notes on some of the types of sessions that you could be recording as a podcaster if you were to go down this route. I suggest you do. And then maybe just try recording 3 or 4 different 10-minute sessions yourself. Whether you end up using them or not, it doesn't matter, because it will give you the opportunity to just start talking into a mic with the idea of people listening in. Chances are you'll throw them out and start all over again, but at that point you've already had a little bit of practice. And don't forget, get listed on iTunes. Very important to go ahead and do so as well. So tomorrow we will be discussing social media. As always, I want you to go ahead and head over to the resources page if you fancy grabbing hold of any of the different stuff that I've mentioned in today's podcast. As I mentioned in the first video, some of those links on that page, not all of them, but some of them are affiliate links, and if you end up buying through them, I am very appreciative of that fact, so thanks in advance for that. If you're not already with us over at Facebook, here is the honorable mention that I do at the end of every one of these videos. Make sure you come join us, Ducker on Facebook.com or Facebook.com/ChrisDucker.com. On Twitter, tweet. Love to hear from you guys. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to be discussing the fantastic life of social media and what it can do for you and your business. I will see you then, guys. Take good care.